Good evening, YouTube. HeirofCarthage here, or should I say Heir of War here, back on the Greenskin campaign, where we're going to be continuing the Grimgore Ironhide campaign. Did I say campaign enough? I think I did. Sorry. Apologize for that. Hey, by the way, there is a HeirofCarthage watermark down in the right-hand corner of the screen. If you enjoy what you see, please go click that and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. But if you've already done so, then I appreciate you coming on back. Let's get things kicked off. And we've got some stunties to smash, some beards to rip, and otherwise mayhem to wreak. We do need to name a few characters. I think we had a request from Appius, who was named himself after, obviously, one of the generals from my West Rome campaign, and then we also had Sextus. And so I'm going to name a couple characters after them, but I need your help to name other characters, too. And I mean, like, good greenskin names. You know, like like these guys here, like Rotmouth Turd Muncher. You know, I need you to help me come up with good greenskin names. So, this Nerdjug Backbiter, I'm thinking we'll give him the pleasure of being the Appius of this game. Actually, I want them to be heroes. So you all name the lords, and I'll name the heroes, hopefully. So we'll make it fun, and I'll let you name some of the heroes too. But start thinking up some names for my heroes. Let's see. We got the stunty scum over here. Oh, it will involve fighting. Trust me. Let's see. We're about to have a rebellion here at Blackcrag. That could be problematic. But we could also use that rebellion to our advantage to generate fightiness for this army. So let's let it rebel. I'm going to go ahead and recruit a few more troops. This will take us down pretty low on cash, but we can make it up through looting and raiding, which is something I need to make sure and take bigger advantage of. Okay, let's see. So, Ludas. Those stupid gits have gone and plundered stuff from Boss Wassa name up there. We weren't meant to do that. We had made a pact and everything. What we gonna do? Make him take it back. So we gain relations with the Thief Snatches, or we get to keep the money. And yeah, we're gonna keep the money. I mean, I don't see Grimgore giving money back to the Thief Snatches. I'm going to move into Blackcrag, and I can't attack this army on this turn, which is unfortunate. But it'll give me a chance, like I said, to try and build up some fightiness. Grimgore is going to be strong enough to move out over here. So let's move towards the Dwarfs. Did they confederate on the end of this turn? I think they did. Yep. So they the Dwarves confederated with Barakvar, but that's fine. The stunty scum are going to get wrecked. That's my best greenskin accent, which is not very good. So we're on the way to pound some stunting at Doc Karaz. And once we capture Barakvar, that'll be nice too. And that's where the stunties ran off to. Ranka Hills. Yeah, so this army is now beyond my capability to deal with this one. So they are going to be doing some raiding. I can't afford to do much about it at the moment. Thinking goblins. Goblins are so funky though. Let's just go up here and loot up some income. We got this Banner of the Eternal Flame. Passive ability, Banner of Eternal Flame. Constant around self and allies. Imbues fire damage. Now that is slick. Let's give that to Rotmouth Turd Muncher, so that he can better support troops around him. Gonna auto-resolve this small stunty garrison here. We're gonna loot and occupy because we get a nice bonus to the looting. And then, you know, if we create a rebellion, someone made a good point. Putting down rebellions is just gonna keep the fightiness high in my army. So that's a fair point that someone commented on my last one. Let's see. Getsnick, devastating charge. It looks like I was working on weapon strength for melee units, so that'll take it up to 7, and then all the way up to 12% weapon strength. And then the get back here gives extra leadership. That is also going to be pretty handy. If we get over here, aura size, we can get extra melee attack for biggins and all the other stuff too. raiders. So I mean, there's all kinds. This red tree is actually super helpful, and don't get me wrong, this tree up here is also good. I am using the extra skill points mod, so once we hit level 10, I'll start getting 2 skill points for Grimgore, so we will definitely be able to fill up all those different options that we're wanting to. Let's see, let's put another building to help with growth here. And we'll keep pushing the limits. We have a little bit of extra income. Let's go ahead and train a couple of biggins in this army. I'd like to get 2 armies rolling so we can start doing a heck of a lot more damage. And obviously I'd like to have better units in Grimgore's army, but right now I'm kind of counting on the buffs from Grimgore to keep this army feasible. Grimgore just hit a Wa army. What did we get in our Wa army? Just crap tons of orc boys and goblins. So I'm going to move in on Barracks Bar, and I'm going to start building a battering ram and some siege towers. We're going to continue the siege, and the Wa army will move up here with me. We're going to induce a rebellion, like I said, but that'll just keep our fightiness up high. We've got biggins that are being trained. I'm working on my research, so it looks like we got everything all lined out.
Do you take me for a wazzock?
We are gonna lose Varunka Hills.
I'll crush them all.
But let's just keep our army together. It won't matter if we lose it. We'll take it back. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so the Greenskin Wa... Okay, that's Varunka Hills getting hit. Got a lot of Longbeards and Quarrelers with great weapons there, so I'm definitely going to need some better units with Grimgore because my orc boys are going to get absolutely slain by Longbeards, and the Quarrelers with great weapons are also a pretty big problem. And Black Crag just got sieged, which was a massive mistake for these guys. The Greenskin Rebels are going to get absolutely crapped on once I get my reinforcements because I have 3 Black Orcs, 2 Biggins, a bunch of Orc Era boys, 2 Boar boys, Trolls, and a Goblin Rock Lobber. So I don't know why it's giving these guys such good chances. They do have 3 Spider Riders, which is pretty cool. They got Boar Boy Biggins, so I'll have to watch out for that. I'll support with my Orc Biggins out on the flank. So Shirk's Bootlicka is going to be licking my boots when I get done with this. So let's go ahead and fight this. It's giving them the advantage, but I feel pretty certain that we can take this one home. They have 1 Black Orc of their own. But like I said, I've got several Black Orcs, and we're going to use that to our advantage. Our Black Orcs are going to be able to pound most of the enemy infantry here. As expected, my reinforcements come from behind me, and why is it what's with the... There we go. I was like, why is it? I can't see the deployment line in the snow because the deployment line is white. Creative Assembly might really want to adjust the colors or something because you can't see the deployment lines on the snow maps. It's an issue with Total War Warhammer. Like right now, I mean, I can't... Am I struggling? Okay, I guess roughly this is where it goes. Okay. Keep some goblins out here. Alright, and we got our lord, or our orc war boss here. Let's get our reinforcements in. Should be a lot more boys, and then obviously the black orcs as well. Yeah, here's our black orcs. We want these guys up front. They're going to be the meat of our army. Biggins can move to the flanks with the goblins, and then a boar boy to each flank. And trolls, I want them out here supporting. And then we got our rock lobber.
Fight for milk! Get a killing!
And I want all my error boys up here too. Just gonna put my error boys right behind the black orcs for protection. Okay. The rock lobber is getting up a little closer. Rock lobbers are pretty crappy in terms of accuracy. I'll just go ahead and start firing at some trolls because they're a fairly big target. Let's take a look at some of my units up close. Got these black orcs looking awesome. Orc boys. Let's go take a look at some of the gobos out on the flank. The goblins are hilarious looking. Fun units. I will. People have been requesting that I make an all-goblin army. I will. Once I get the chance to make a decent all-goblin army, I most certainly will. Okay, the enemy Doom Diver catapult has opened fire. That's an issue. Arrow boys are getting into position. They've got their skirmish cavalry out on the flanks, which is honestly a little bit of a problem. They're gonna bring their poor boy biggins straight in the front, which is absolutely stupid. Yeah, charging straight into my black orcs is gonna be akin to suicide there. I'm gonna focus fire on these trolls coming down the center so I can try and minimize their damage. Didn't get a lot of shots off with my guys. I'm gonna countercharge these trolls with my own. And let's see. Try and chase off some of these guys over here. Let's start pushing forward. I'm gonna start piling into the fight here. Let's get Grimgore. Let's kind of pull these orc air boys back. And I'm gonna just start piling into the fight to try and overwhelm enemy forces here. My trolls definitely helped out. There's some enemy black orcs that just piled in right on top of my war boss. I said Grimgore a minute ago. It's definitely not Grimgore. I'm gonna chase away these. Alright, spider riders. Keep chasing all this stuff. Let's try and get rid of some more of their archers. Let's move the biggins over. We actually caught their orc boar boys out here. Got some more boys we can pile into the fight here. War boss is doing good. Their archers are going down. Let's take these cheap goblins, and the goblins are good for just chasing off at this point. We're going to chase off enemy units. And I'm going to take these boar boys out here and destroy the Doom Diver. It's probably doing a lot of damage. Let's take the Arrow boys. Yeah, we are beating these guys up pretty thoroughly. They don't have a whole lot of chance. My black orcs are going to be an overwhelming force here. 3 black orcs is going to be almost impossible for them to deal with here, and then I'm able to deal with their trolls because I have significant missile support. At this point, it's just a matter of wrapping up all of their little archer units that are fleeing all over the battlefield. But if we wrap up enough of their men, we'll cause a chain rout, and that'll get the job done. So there's the chain rout. Managed to pull that off, not too much of a problem. Their army was way too outmatched to be sieging me. I'm not really sure what the AI had going through its mind. We are going to eat the captives. Grimgore would require this of us. And let's see. It's probably still going to give them the advantage if I were to come out and attack them. But if I go ahead and train up some more troops, these guys will get forced into attacking me eventually. And like I said, it'll kind of keep the fightiness high on our guys. We're going to get them a war boar for sure. And eventually we can get to a wyvern. So that would be absolutely awesome.
Kill them all!
I get the Wa army as reinforcements here. Wow, there's Longbeards, and I've still got my black orcs here, though. We still need more siege equipment, so let's siege up the dwarfs a little bit here. So let's continue the siege. The orcs are going to go back raiding all my settlements at the moment, so I'm going to let them do it. I mean, they'll cause some damage, but this will allow me to smash Barakvar, and then we'll deal with the stunty scum accordingly. I'm pretty sure that's going to be their last settlement at Karaz-Akarak. There are more dwarfs down here in the southern realms that we'll have to deal with, but there's also other unruly greenskin tribes we'll have to deal with there too. So have your day in the sun there, Skaldor, if that is your real name. Enjoy that while it lasts, friend. Because it isn't going to last. Let's see. We're going to safeguard against the chaos corruption. These dopes sieged me again. I'm going to auto-resolve this time because I think we all know how that's going down. We gained a Talisman of Endurance, which gives a ward save to that guy, which is pretty sweet. Remember, you all have to name this guy, so help me name him. Let's see. Let me get the... Let's give him Route Marcher so we can move around a little bit quicker. And I need to get back to recruiting him some big uns, because we're going to need some more substantial infantry force. I'm going to go ahead and auto-resolve this siege battle, because I don't think it's going to be particularly interesting. And we're going to... Let's just loot and occupy here again, too, so we can pile up money, so that even if we go into the negative with our income, we'll be fine for a few turns, is kind of the idea. Let's see, so I do get 2 skill points this time. So I can do get back here, and I think I'm all boys in the army right now, so I'm going to do the savages. So now we've got the most weapon damage possible there, so we've got 38 weapon strength and 38 melee attack for the boys, and very nice weapon strength here on the Black Orcs and other units. We can upgrade Rotmouth Turd Muncha. Infiltrators or any of these. Okay, assassins like right here with him. So let's give him an increase to his chance to assassinate, so we can start taking out dwarf agents with him, and that ought to get Rotmouth build up a lot faster. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have a rebellion in this province. Definitely gonna have a rebellion. Let's put the boss's tent. Well, I'd rather put it elsewhere, but the dwarves are going to keep raiding me. I kind of want to get a recruitment facility going on here. Let's end the turn. The dwarves are headed back.
Dirty scum, you dare come before me?
So, Karak Izor is declaring war on me. Bring it on. Let's go wipe out the regular dwarf faction, though, first. We got a rebellion. The Wa army gets a decisive victory. Crooked Moon's been destroyed. Where is the... I don't see a rebellion over here, so I'd be curious to know what in the world they were talking about. Yeah, I don't see any rebellions. I'm going to move back over here.
Let's go.
And I'm going to actually train... I'm going to train another lord just to resettle stuff. So I'm going to recruit... I'm going to recruit a Great Goblin Shaman. And this is the one I'll name after...
Dog wants me over there.
We'll name this one after Appius because he wanted to... I think that he didn't mind this. And then I think Sextus wanted to be on a spider. So we'll have to think that one around. That means he's going to have to be a Goblin Big Boss, I think. So let's rename this guy after Appius because he had requested that. So... Crapius. Let me think. Crapius Neva Wipes. Oh, it won't fit. Here. How about Crapius? Yeah. Crapius Crust-a-Crack. We'll call him Krusty Crack. How about that? You told me to name him Crapius, and in keeping with the Greenskin stench theme, I had to give you that one. So tell me if you're happy with that one, Appius. And I'll give you some... Wow, that's some cool armor. Physical resistance, 10%. We're going to have to give that to... Sorry, Appius, I can't give you that one. I think it has to go to Grimgor. But we can give you this Gambler's armor, I think. And let's... should be good there. Let's find Grimgore. And Grimgore has the glittering scales on right now, which takes away... That's a common armor. This one's rare. We're going to give him this Armor of Destiny. That's insane. It gives him 6 armor, a ward save of 10%, and physical resistance of 10%. So that's freaking awesome. And this talisman is in the hands of Nerjug, and he earned it. He took it from the enemy, so we'll let him keep that. He gets to keep the teeth he smashes. Okay. So we got that all settled out for Grimgore. Let's end the turn here. Got the Wa army up with me. It's nice having them as reinforcements, obviously. So Black Crag is kind of on the mend, which is good. Let's see. Building up some defenses at Iron Rock isn't going to hurt. That would give us some trolls. Yeah, I think it adds trolls to the mix. And walls. So that would be pretty important. We're not making any money at this point, which pretty understandable. We can fix that a little bit though by just kind of keep building up stuff and staying on the move. I trained Appius for the specific intent of resettling these places. So I'm gonna move on up. If I go underground, I can get a little bit further. I'm gonna move up here. Have a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and build up this recruiting structure and the one that gives us growth. I don't need this building there, so let's ditch that one. And let's throw in the boss tent. Okay. Let's build up that one too, so let's spend a little bit of this money. We don't have a ton of money. We're gonna need to keep looting and raiding to get more money. Here comes the stunty Thane. We should be able to try and use old Rotmouth Turd Muncha to assassinate him. He failed in his attempts anyway.
Fine. Good.
We're gonna colonize here, so that's gonna cost us some cash too. But at least we got it done. And this is gonna cost us some money. But we can go ahead and get another pile of shiny stuff. So between those two, we won't be in the negative. Let's take Rotmouth and see if we can put an end to this Thane, who's only level 1. We should have pretty decent chances.
Oh, stop him.
Alright, we were successful. He gained a level. Let's go ahead and keep giving him the assassination. Oh, giant spider. Let's give him assassination. I'll mount him on the giant spider soon enough. And I'm going to... We are pretty much recuperated here. Thorgrim Grudgebear is back, and boy does he have a heck of a lot of nasties. But I have a Wa army, and as long as I keep the Wa army next to me, we should be able to take out Thorgrim. If he comes down and moves along this road, I'm thinking about going into... Or actually, let's switch into a normal stance. If I can get into an ambush stance. See if we can potentially ambush Thorgrim. I mean, right now, these units are a huge problem for me. I need to get better units into Grimgore's army, but we need to build up our income enough to support it. So we've definitely got some stuff to take care of. I'm going to do this intimidating presence. I'm going to upgrade the boys, again, just so we can start making all of my regular crappy units better with the leadership there. Recruitment cost, extra extortion rates. Let's give it growth and obedience. That will help me the most, I think, for the time being. Okay, Thorgrim is moving out. The Wa army is right there with me. So I probably kind of need to just stand my ground. And Wandering Gits, a great migration of the tribes is on our borders. Get out of here. Hurts my growth, though. This one hurts obedience, but we get a lot of extra growth. Let's take all right, because I want the growth. I definitely need all the strength that we can get from the Wa army. we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna need it in its entirety. I'm still in an ambush stance. Let's hope that we can stop Thorgrim. Let's see what he does on this turn in. Let's take this army and let's maybe. Is Black Crag gonna? No, Black Crag's already upset again. I need a building here to help out with the public order issue, but I don't have a whole lot of hope at the moment. Let's use the underway to get over to Iron Rock. Okay. I'd like to go up and raid into Dwarf land, and I probably can't afford to for a little while. Okay, so Thorgrim bypassed us and just went straight to Barunca Hills, which is going to eat up some of my income, but I should have an opportunity to pounce on Thorgrim here. He settled it, so I can go and circle him, and the Wa army will catch up to me. So that was actually a pretty big mistake there by Thorgrim. So yeah, if I come here, I can just encircle the settlement, and we need to throw this banner down too. Actually, let's just encircle the settlement first. And let's get my agent back into the army. And then we're going to...
On the one true gift.
Let's attack again so we can put this banner that imbues fire damage. We're going to put that back on Rotmouth Turdmuncha. We'll keep these guys encircled. The Wa army will come catch up to me, especially if I give them a target. So they should attack them on this turn end, and we can hit Thorgrim, take him out of the picture.
This is my land.
Let's see if we could do... I want to try and move up to Karaz Akarak and do some raiding. We'll have to watch the public order because it's going to drop pretty quick here at Iron Rock. We'll make it happen, though. Alright, I had to actually go reset a turn. I gave the Wa army an attack order on Thorgrim, and somehow, whenever... I don't know what happened. I pushed turn in, and all of a sudden, my Wa army was dead, and I was getting attacked by Thorgrim and Ungrim Iron Fist, which didn't make the least bit of sense whatsoever. So I reloaded, I took away the attack order for my Wa army, and they actually followed me properly, and now we've got Thorgrim trapped, which is right where I want him. So here's my fightiness. Well, I mean, if Mork only gives me 3 fightiness, but he does it, I mean, it's the same thing, so Gork or Mork, whatever, Mork, I guess. Anyway, now we can attack Thorgrim with all the might of the Wa army as well. And these guys have some decent chevrons going on. So now we should be able to beat Thorgrim. But yeah, without the Wa army, Thorgrim totally outmatches me here. Those Longbeards, way more than a match. And then the Quarrelers with great weapons could probably actually... What is with the lighting? That is horrible. I mean, this is absolutely awful. I mean, I understand that we're in a canyon, but the lighting here is just atrocious. Wow, that's bad. Good grief. So I have multiple lines of Orc Boys. And I'm going to send in my first line of Orc Boys, which is going to be the Wa army. And then I've got a lot of missile units as well. Let's kind of just get all our guys together. And I've got a lot of Goblin Wolf Riders. I'm going to move these guys obviously around and get into all the Quarrelers. I do have Black Orcs here. Let's get my second line of boys. So I'm going to line up, there's my second line of boys. Let's get all the foot missile units. There they are. And then let's see, I want my boss. I kind of want my bosses like all right behind the main line, and then I'm going to put my Black Orcs right back here, kind of as Grimgor's bodyguard. And I apologize for the lighting, though. I mean, there's nothing I can do to fix it. It's just awful on the part of Creative Assembly there. Let's push these guys over here to the flank, too, and try and move around. So now we should have the strength to take down Thorgrim's army. forgot to move my Doom Diver catapult into position, but it's good where it's at. I'm going to actually start firing as soon as I get a little bit closer. Let's move the Stickas forward. Yeah, let's start swinging the Wolf Riders wide and around, and we'll get into these Quarrelers with great weapons. I don't know if my Wolf Riders can take these guys out, but hopefully we'll try. I'm going to stop just outside of range of the Dwarf army. My Doom Divers should be well within range of their infantry, so I'm going to open fire on some Longbeards. Actually, I'll just open fire on the Quarrelers, and any misses should hit the Longbeards. Okay, Wolf Riders, let's keep moving up around the flank. Let's take these Wolf Rider archers and do the same thing. I've got all this infantry here. I'm going to hard group them. Start pushing them forward. Let's get all our missile units. Try and return fire on some of the Quarrelers. Guard mode. Okay, got my Wolf Riders all the way around the back. Let's get my Boar Boys around the back. Start moving up the Stickas. Ooh, those Quarrelers. I'm going to move this group up until I push the Quarrelers back, because when I give an attack order, I want my guys to actually attack the infantry. Okay, here comes the Wolf Riders. Start collapsing in. Boar Boys moving around. We've actually caught quite a few of the Quarrelers. Let's rear charge with the Wolf Riders. Let's pull up behind the Dwarves and open fire with all of our Wolf Rider archers. Start wrapping this up. Okay, so my Wolf Rider archers are there. The Dwarfs are putting up a heck of a fight in the center. But Wolf Riders have wrapped up the Quarrelers over here, so we can swing them out. Let's push all these guys in. Wolf Riders can scoot over here. And the Wolf Rider archers are getting some work done. Okay, so we killed a whole bunch more Quarrelers. Let's get into these last Quarrelers with great weapons. The mob of Wolf Riders is going very well for me. Let's get all these archers and fire at Thorgrim, who is actually defeating Grimgor head-on right now, which is kind of frustrating, but the Dwarf army's getting absolutely pasted. These Wolf Riders, I've got to get some of these, because they are super handy in helping me destroy stunty scum right now. A little bit dark, but let's watch the charge of the Goblin Wolf Riders here. Should devastate the Longbeards. Yeah, they're all breaking, so we were able to soundly defeat Thorgrim and his dwarf horde here. And we're gonna slay the High King. Knock him off his stunty chair. Get him, Grimgor. There we go. It's good enough for me, baby. So, total wah, baby. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. That is going to be all the time I have, but we've managed to take out Thorgrim and his army. That Wah army there, obviously critical to that effort. Without those Wolf Riders, my boys would have been slaughtered by the insane number of Quarrelers with great weapons. What do we get there? The Charmed Shield. Got some XP. Nice. So we should be able to loot and occupy. So we got the Charmed Shield. Gives us that ability. Wow, extra parry and damage resistance. That's incredible. We're gonna put that on Rot Gut or whatever his name is here. Let's get in here and check out his special features, so to speak. So armor, we're gonna give him the charmed shield, so it's gonna give him a lot better missile block chance, and then damage resistance. That's a pretty sweet find here, so definitely we'll pull that off the dwarfs. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. HeirofCarthage signing out.